This Formula One season was meant to be Mercedes' chance to turn things around. They were determined to fix the issues holding them back in the new ground effect era, but they're still having the same old problems. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell have yet to be able to catch up with Red Bull, even with the changes they've made to their car. However, the team is still optimistic. They believe they can unlock the full potential of their car. So what's the deal with the W15? And will Mercedes be able to make it as fast as they hoped as the season progresses? Let's dive in and find out. Before Lewis Hamilton announced his departure at the start of this season, Mercedes knew they had a lot riding on the 2024 Formula One season. It had been 2 years since they last performed up to expectations after significant changes to the technical rules. After the 2023 season's first qualifying session in Bahrain, it became apparent that Mercedes was below its rivals in terms of performance. Mercedes' new car debut fell short of expectations, trailing a staggering 0.6 seconds behind Max Verstappen's Red Bull. Throughout the 2023 season, Mercedes tried different tweaks to their W14 car. They even dropped an experimental concept. Despite these efforts, they only secured second place in the Constructors' Championship. As a result, Mercedes significantly changed the W15 for the 2024 season. Mercedes went all out in redesigning their car for the 2024 season. They revamped the chassis, tweaked the side pod shapes, and even introduced a new pushrod rear suspension layout. Moving the cockpit back by 10 centimeters and adjusting the front and rear wings were also part of their ambitious plan to bounce back to the top. Mercedes had high hopes for the 2024 season. They made significant changes to the chassis design to improve the car's rear downforce. This adjustment gave their drivers, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell, more confidence in attacking corners. However, their season started rocky due to a cooling miscalculation in the Bahrain season opener. Although George Russell showed potential by overtaking Charles Leclerc early in the race, the cooling issue hindered their performance. This setback allowed Ferrari to regain momentum and prevented Lewis Hamilton from making a significant impact after a disappointing qualifying session. Their struggles continued in Jeddah and Australia, where they failed to find a rhythm. In Japan, Mercedes showed some signs of progress during the practice sessions. Despite these improvements, they couldn't capitalize on them during the qualifiers and races. Although there were moments when the car was handled better, this suggests that the team may have better understood their issues, especially regarding managing tyre performance, which has been a persistent challenge for them. However, despite these slight improvements, their performance on the track has yet to match their expectations. With their best results so far being George Russell's 5th place finish in Bahrain, Mercedes find themselves, at best, the 4th fastest team, and at worst, only the 5th. Wolff's words in Japan echoed a sobering reality for Mercedes. The championship was seemingly already in Max Verstappen's hands. No one is going to catch Max this year, Wolff admitted candidly to the media. Verstappen's prowess behind the wheel and the performance of his car were nothing short of spectacular. Wolff acknowledged Verstappen's skill in managing the tyres, a crucial aspect in Formula One racing. For Mercedes, the outlook seemed bleak. Wolff painted a picture of the season ahead, emphasizing that their primary battle was now for the title best of the rest. With Red Bull's dominance, Mercedes' ambition was tempered to fighting for second place, hoping to catch up to teams like McLaren and Ferrari. Moving forward, Mercedes' biggest challenge will be to prove that they can significantly improve their performance and close the gap to their rivals. Mercedes is determined to tackle this challenge head-on. Toto Wolff, the team principal, openly admitted that Mercedes is currently in a phase of rebuilding. Wolff also acknowledged that Red Bull, their main competitor, needs to be out of their reach regarding performance. With Red Bull dominating, Mercedes now has to focus on competing with teams like McLaren, Aston Martin, and eventually Ferrari. This shift in focus reflects the reality of where Mercedes stands in the pecking order of Formula One teams. So why is Mercedes struggling to keep pace with Red Bull? One major issue they've encountered is with their downforce levels. While their wind tunnel and CFD simulations indicated improved downforce compared to last year, this has yet to translate into faster lap times on the track. Toto Wolff, the team principal, highlighted this discrepancy, mentioning that their sensors and pressure tabs significantly increased downforce. Still, it's not reflected in their lap times. In Formula One, a car's proximity to the ground affects its downforce capacity. However, getting too close can cause problems like bouncing or porpoising, which can hurt performance. That's where the suspension system comes in. It has to find the right balance between stability and flexibility. Red Bull has figured out this balance well. They're good at keeping their performance up while dealing with the challenges of ground effect cars. But it's been more challenging for Mercedes to get this balance right. Simulating these conditions during the design phase presents its hurdles. Traditional methods like wind tunnel testing have limitations, while computational simulations become increasingly complex as the car approaches the ground. Mercedes has been refining its simulation tool since identifying issues in 2022. Yet, despite progress, team principal Toto Wolff acknowledges that they haven't quite cracked the code. While simulations offer direction, the results on the track often fall short of expectations. Wolff stated it's not a massive corridor of performance. It's more from the mental thing that we believe the speed should be there. We measure the downforce, but we're not finding it on the lap time. In simpler terms, Mercedes' struggle lies in translating theoretical gains into tangible on-track performance. Despite trying to address various issues over the past year, they still need help finding solutions. Toto Wolff stated, "The team has not been overconfident. We are probably the other way around and see the glass half empty always, and that attitude stays. But this attitude is also the attitude to fix it." However, Wolff remains hopeful about Mercedes' ability to overcome these challenges. While acknowledging the gap to Max Verstappen's dominant Red Bull, he believes in the team's capacity to compete for podium finishes once again. Wolff confidently stated, "Is this good enough to beat Max in a Red Bull? No, it's not. But at least it's bringing ourselves back in a position of fighting for podiums and being right there. Yeah, 100% sure we're going to get there." The Mercedes team principal is adamant that they have a much better, definitely much better understanding of the car. He stated, "Lots more data to point us in the right direction, even if it's not reflected in the result. The experiments have worked. We have a clear direction even though the qualifying and race results don't reflect it at all." So can Mercedes resolve its issues soon enough? The team is determined to tackle this daunting task head-on in pursuit of its competitive edge. Wolff doesn't want Mercedes to keep struggling for another 18 months. He hopes for positive moments in the upcoming races, but knows that the real chance to beat Red Bull might only come once the regulations change in 2026. Wolff stated, "Our ambition is to win races this year, and I wouldn't want to let that ambition go, certainly not next year. But in 2026, there's a big reset which certainly provides the most realistic opportunity for any other team to beat Red Bull." As Mercedes struggles to perform well in the 2024 Formula One season, Lewis Hamilton's decision to join Ferrari is starting to look brighter. Ferrari has dramatically improved, fixing its past problems and making better strategic decisions. They're now the second best team in F1 and could challenge Red Bull on some tracks this year. On the other hand, Mercedes is stuck in a cycle of ups and downs, making little progress. Although they hope to get better, they'll unlikely catch up to Ferrari this season. However, despite the early season struggles with their overhauled car, Hamilton is adamant the situation will get better. Hamilton stated, "We will also improve the car as the season progresses. We have done so in previous years, and I'm confident we'll do so again. It is demanding that we are less competitive than we would like now, but we will keep working hard. I'm focused on doing that with the team. In the short term, I expect we will still find it difficult to challenge further up, but we will see what we can do in the medium term," he concluded. Subscribe now to our channel and hit the notification bell to ensure you never miss an update on the latest F1 news, more gripping insights, thrilling analysis, and exclusive content as we continue to bring you the most exciting story straight from the world of motorsports.